Here we go. Hello and welcome back to the Client Code Podcast. My name is Carol Kabaale, and today, as always, you're in for a treat. If you have been struggling to get to your first 10K months, if you have been struggling to get those first couple of clients, or even if you are a seasoned pro and you just need to go back to the basics because maybe you've fallen in a slump, then let me tell you something. Today's episode is just for you. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Kanika. Welcome and hello and welcome to the Client Code Podcast.
Thank you so much, Carol. It is so lovely to be here.
Thank you. I'm really excited for today. I think it's going to be a good one because I don't know when this is going to come out, but I know that going back to the basics is so fundamental for the success of any business. So I'm actually really excited about today's podcast because I know I'm going to learn a whole bunch. I know the listeners are going to learn a whole bunch. And I'm just excited to be around your energy and to, hear what you have to share with us.
Yeah, sure. I'm excited. Ask away.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So the first question I ask everybody that's on the podcast is, what is your unique client code?
I love that. My specialty is that I blend the strategic world and the energetic world. I have an engineer background, an MBA background, over decades of experience in the corporate industry. So there's a lot of the strategic mindset that I bring to the table. And then I'm an Akashic Records reader. I'm an energy healer. So I really look at the soul side and soul purpose. So this is how I start with my clients. I look at their soul purpose. I look at their next level and I clarify the picture that is for them. Usually we all want to go somewhere and we are figuring out our way in life. And that's why there are all these meandering turns in between. I help you see what that destination is. And so it gets a lot easier. Say you went to the train station and you're just standing there and then you don't know which train to take on. It's kind of hard. But if you knew the destination you want to go to, now you know. Now it's a lot easier. So
No, I love that.
That's the blend that I bring in. So I bring in the energetic part, like where do you want to go? And we heal the energy of there. So how do you get to San Francisco, let's say? How do you remove all the blockage to get to San Francisco? And then once we've done that, then it's a lot easier to get there. Then the strategy can follow all the internal blocks to that. They're reduced or cleared up. So it gets easy and fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first of all, I love how holistic it is. I love that it's not just go do these 5 things and this is what it's going to be. It's really like doing a lot of deeper work and a lot more meaningful work by taking every aspect of yourself into account with making decisions. And I think most business owners sometimes skip that step because it's not glamorous or sexy or exciting. We're just like, oh, I know everything. And we just go ahead and do the work. So I love that you take us really back to understanding what is for you so that later on there's no friction involved. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah. And it sounds as if that's like taking a step back or it's slowing down, but it's actually quite the opposite. Because when I work this way, my clients really have accelerated results. I have so many stories. To give you a couple, there was one client who came to me because he had 30K in debt. He was in trouble. He had people calling him. He was driving Uber. He was doing his daytime job. Like he had a tough life. And we worked together. We cleared the ancestral imprints, cleared a lot of his stories, beliefs around money, and then helped him hook onto the next level self. Just as I described, we looked at what an offer could be for him. And in 3 months, he'd earned K. Only K was left. And that is him starting to like literally define his offer in the 2nd month. So it was radical. It was fast.
That's really fast change. Yeah.
And even after the first session that I had, he's like, oh, I didn't expect the sum of money, but it just came my way. So it's absolutely amazing.
I love that. I love when we have these realizations that there's always more money and there's always more ways to make money. It doesn't have to be one way or one set of realities. So I really, really appreciate that. So what would you say, would be the first step that someone listening to this podcast, besides hiring you, because I know they're going to do that, I know you guys are all going to go work with her, but in case Kanika gets full and in case you're listening to this in the future, what is one thing that they can start to identify in themselves to sort of begin that self-awareness and that process?
That's a hard one to do because how do I tell you how to hijack and how to go to the next level? Like it's taken me 9 years to get there. And I understand the question. But, let's start with this that you have a calling. The calling is a lot bigger than you. So, the biggest block that I see, and the main thing that I'm helping people remove, is the block around their own self worth. I can't do this. This is not me. I don't deserve this. Or the imposter syndrome. Am I faking it? Like, there are just so many versions of that. And if you can, just bat yourself, cheerlead yourself because you're meant to do that. Whatever work is calling you, you are meant to do that. Like, step into it fully. If you can just embrace that mindset, because everything that I do is centered around that. Your work, how much you get visible, how much people want to pay you, everything centers around your self-worth, your own worth, your own belief in yourself. How much can you transform and inspire others? So start there first.
Okay, I love that. And like you said, yes, it is a big question, but tackling it like really minutely is just going to yourself and doing a little bit of inner work for yourself. Like, okay, like I am worth it, or yes, I do deserve that. And that's small little shifts that although cannot be, fixed overnight, you can start embracing in your life all the time and in your business. So I love that. It's a little bit more of acceptance, which is easy enough for anybody to do. Just start accepting some of that gift and some of that purpose that you were here for. So, yay, love that. When you're working with people and you are crafting their offers, now we've gotten this out of the way, we know what they're going to do. Okay, so my next question was kind of like, after you've taken them through this process and now they have a little bit of awareness, they know they've started the process. How do you go about helping them to craft offers that are perfect for them, as well as they're so good that the person receiving the offer, of course, is like, I would be silly to say no to this.
Yeah, and that's such a brilliant question. And the best advice I would give there, a lot of times, what I find with the coaches, we speak from the coach's hat, as in we
Uh-huh.
speak, what am I good at? For example, I might say, hey, I'm a Reiki healer. Or in my case, actually, I am an Akashic Records reader. And I say that to someone, and people go like, what? What? Like, what do you do and how does it relate
What
to
is
me?
that?
Like, so think of the buyer, think of the person who's going to receive it. Talk to a few people, talk to your clients, understand them, use their language, and then bring out something so that the message resonates with them. It's not about you. The whole conscious coaching journey, especially heart-led entrepreneurship, it is not about you. You are in this job of serving people. So let the people understand who you are. Your job is to shine for them, be like the lighthouse, and let them come to you.
Oh, I
But
love
make it
that.
easy for them.
That's really good because when it comes from a place of service, it's not like you're selling, it's you're being of service. You're still being in that alignment. And yeah, that's really magical. I really love that. Would you say that since now, okay, we're being of service, we've got an offer, we know how we want to help people, is there a particular business model that you sort of say to them, hey, maybe working with people one-to-one is the best way for you, or maybe group coaching, or maybe, I don't know, membership. What have you found works best for some of your clients?
The way I work with people is I always tune into the soul's energy, and that gives me a lot of information. The first time when I said, oh, we sit down, that's my very first session where I sit and tune into your next level self. But it is such a jackpot of information because you look at your next level self, you go like, where is it going? What platforms is it using to talk about the offering? What is it offering? What is the conversation like? Is it more men, women? Like that's a place where you get all the cheat sheet about your business. Like, what are you supposed to do? You
Wow.
understand your ideal client, you understand what is it that they're asking. You can ask them, okay, one-on-one or groups, what channels should you use? Because I'm finding that a lot of the conscious coaches, there's a very specific way in which they will use social media, if at all. But what is the thing that speaks to you? We all have inbuilt stuff in us that is just more resonant. Like some people, they're really, really good at speaking, because it's not just the slide that they've been speaking, they have those past imprints. So bring those gifts forward. That's a lot what we're doing when we're clearing the energy as well. We're just unpacking all your gifts from your life and also from your ancestors, because they have a lot to give you. So all that information, clarity comes a lot through. But we figure that roadmap, like we figure the destination and then we plan the roadmap according to it. So it's really like a cheat sheet
My goodness.
that you
No, this
get.
thing sounds incredible. I feel like everybody needs to do this. Like, oh my goodness.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, when clients come to me, they just have super accelerated results because the resistance goes away and they have themselves a lot of clarity on what they want to do, what way works for them. Like, some clients want to be, I wouldn't say serious, but they want to present themselves in a certain way, and the others would be more playful. But you get
Mm.
all of that information, whatever you want to do. And it's like, once you're connected, once you have that vision really handy, you can tune into it. It's hard to take away an image after you've seen it, after you've felt it, after you've been there. So it really ingrains in your body at a deeper level. And you're like, okay, that's the person I am. I don't quite know how to get there, but I am taking it on me. I'm putting those clothes on, and then slowly you embody the confidence. You really embody your next level, even while you're stepping into it. But just everything becomes a lot easier because you've put new
I
clothes on.
agree. No. That makes a lot of sense. It's like, look, to put it plainly, it's like if you've ever flown like business class or you've gone to a really nice restaurant, you can't go back to McDonald's. It doesn't taste the same. Okay. Once you've had a taste of it, you're like, girl, we can't be eating this anymore. So I deeply resonate with what you're saying. Once you are open to the possibility and you can see that it's actually available to you, it becomes easier to say, hey, okay, let's go do it. It's actually for me. So I love that. Okay, last little more techie one. And I feel like it might be a similar question, but I love tech. I love a little bit of data. When you're creating these systems for people, right? I know sometimes, especially creative folks, we don't like systems and like management tools and things like that. Is there a way to use this information to sort of say, hey, these are like the data stuff that you should work on? For example, like tracking your clients or sending invoices in a way that doesn't feel like there's resistance, in a way that is like unique to them.
Love that question because it is such a myth busting question. A lot of people will feel, because there's so much available in the market today, that there's so much that they can do. And all my stuff, and I would highly recommend anybody and everybody that whether we are working together or not, don't focus on doing more, but focus on doing whatever you are doing, just doing it a lot better. Same goes with tech. You don't need more. You need the minimum basics. You need like a call booking system where people can come book a call with you. However, you're going to deliver your modality, whether that is healing, whether that is a class, whatever you're doing, however you're going to do it, might be just a Zoom session, a place to really record all those files. That's it. You don't need more than that. My clients don't need a website. They don't need expensive stuff. And the way you're going to market, whether you're going to do it through, let's say, podcast guesting, or there's so many other lead generation channels that I talk about, but none of them you really need to go out and invest. Keep it simple, keep it really simple, but focus on your magic. You do you better. That's it. Always. That's the mantra. You do you better. Abundance
You do
lies in
you
that.
better. I do me better. Everybody else, go away. I'm not interested. I'm running my own race. And I think there's a lot of truth in that because there's so many shiny things that tend to distract us. So I do me and I try and do myself better. So I love that.
No, focus on your zone of genius. Focus on what you're
Yeah.
really good at. Focus on what inspires you and be great at that thing. Whatever you are doing, whatever your service model is, what transformation you're offering to your client, get really, really good at that. and then figure out how are your people coming, or the channels that you are using, the things that you're using. Use that the best possible way, and then think of the next shiny thing. But till then, perfect what you've got already.
Agreed. Agreed. We often want to move forward before we've even finished something. I 100% stamp of approval. Love that. Now, keeping it in within mantras, we have a little mantra around here that says, what you don't change, you choose. So I'd love to ask you, Kanika, what are you choosing today?
I choose to be more me. I choose to just fully embrace myself more and more. It goes along the self worth conversation we were talking about. So I've come from a very people pleasing background unknowingly, like a lot of people. And what I've realized is that the more I've chosen myself, the more I have really fully 100% believed and done what I wanted to do, the easier it gets for me to receive more love. For business wise, it is more that the clients receive more transformation, but really fully step into you. Like, peel off the self doubt, peel off wherever you feel like, oh, this is not enough in me. No, you're enough. Like, bring in that self worth. Choose yourself to have the bigger gifts. Choose yourself, permission yourself to have bigger things, to dream more, to dream higher. Don't limit yourself. I have yet to meet someone, I feel, where we are not limiting ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And I'm really talking even about the very accomplished people, seemingly so. We all tend to limit ourselves, go like, this is not possible for me. But dream that, because then you will get it. But dream it. Say that, okay, it's mine. It's possible for me to get it.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to have to go do a lot of dreamings. We're going to have to go dream, guys. That's our homework. I love it. I do my homework. So yay. Thank you so much, Kanika, for being on the show. Where can the people find you? Where can I send them?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn as Kanika Energy Coach. That is Kanika, Kanika Energy Coach. Reach out to me with your questions around sales, whatever it is that your dream is and you want to bring it to life, but reach out to me with what's really happening. And I actually do also have a very fun quiz for you where you can find out what that block is below that. Like, what's really stopping you from your next level?
Oh my gosh, I want to go take the quiz. This seems like fun. Yay! Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being here today. I really enjoyed having you here.
Thanks a lot, Carol. It was such a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And thank you, listener, for listening to the Client Code podcast. As always, my name is Kanika Vasudeva. It has been a pleasure to hold this space with you. And until I see you again,